All right, here's everything I have. I may not have done a lot the first 2 weeks of May, but I feel like I've been making up for it. First 3 weeks of May. Everything I have so far. Let me go down the list. Here are the Noblars, my Christmas elves, which you've already seen before. I'll just show you. One of the things I need to add more of, there's like yellow snow back there. I think that's hilarious, and I'm going to add more of that. These are basic Noblars, 2 points apiece. So it's weird that the majority of my army is only about 40 points total. So let's keep going. Here are my sweater bros, my Christmas sweater bros. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with the banner yet. So if you pointed out that there's no banner, I'm aware of that. And it's weird that you brought that up. Maybe you should focus on your own life and not worry about the shortcomings of others. That's all I'm going to say. But yeah, there's no banner. Congratulations. You got me. So anyway, basically I had two that were done. This one and this guy. They were both done and based. These then there's like this one was painted but not done, and then I finished this one, and this one. So basically that's what something like that. It could be whatever. Maybe these two were done but one wasn't based. I don't know. Anyway, so they're my ogre bulls, but with the renegade list, technically they could be iron guts. I mean, well, technically they could be manhunters or man eaters, I guess, too. But yeah, since there's so little conversion on them, all I did really was, all right, I almost knocked over my light. Gave him a sweater and put on some winter boots. So that's really it. So yeah, I think it's something funny about ugly ogres wearing ugly sweaters. I just think that's funny. So we'll see. So I think they're probably going to be iron guts. That's what I have there. Back there, I finished my second Gorger. As you can see, I just finished painting him up actually this morning. And I based him. So now I have both those guys. And they are basically just like deformed, mutated elves. If you see that, based them off of Noblars. So that's what they're supposed to look like. I did not give him any hair on top. I don't know. I like him as is. He is yoked. Man, I may have gone too much with the paint job, making him too detailed. I don't know. I don't know if that's... yeah, but I basically made him totally just shredded. Yeah, so anyway. So there are these two. I also quickly just adjusted him. The base was a little bit off. Santa you've seen, nothing new about him. I will talk in a minute about what I want to do later on, but hold on a second, then I'll go through. Here are the Yetis. I did not paint up my Sully that I got at the Family Dollar yet. I just added this guy, my little frosty dude. So now I have 3 Yetis done, ready to go. And of course, my Butcher, the only thing I changed on her was I added a base. A lot of these, I added a base this morning, and unfortunately, if you look close, you can see that the bases don't look exactly alike. Yeah, in hindsight, I should have, I wanted them to be slightly blue. Unfortunately, matching the color exactly did not work out the way I wanted it to. Also, it looks a little grittier. Instead of just baking soda, I put in a little bit of sand and regretted it almost immediately. It's a little too gritty. So we'll see. I'm not sure what I'm going to do about that, if I'm going to do anything. Sand can be different textures, or salt, snow, salt, sand, whatever. I don't know. But that's why this one looks like it's yeah, he's from the rough snow streets of the Christmas Village. Yeah, and now this is Santa. Now I'm starting to have a little dilemma with Santa Claus. Everything, I love the model. Although it is a little small to be a Thunder Tusk or Stonehorn. Basically, the base would be 100 by 150, and this is about 80 millimeters by about 120. So, it doesn't take up nearly as much of the base as a Stonehorn would. What I could do, however, a lot of people that I know seem to be running their Tyrant on foot. So I'm putting him with another unit. So what if I put him in here sitting on a sack of Christmas presents? Then that would give me, then I could use him for something else. Now, a couple options. One, I could just say the heck with it, make it a Stonehorn, and you can take that just as a unit. You can make a Stonehorn a unit. The other thing, I could trim down the box, make this one of the little fat pigs that they ride. I can't remember. What do they call it? Mournfangs? I can make them a Mournfang cap and make a couple of these, then there'll be a couple Mournfang riders. That's the other thing I do. Tell me what you think. Tell me if you think if this is too small to be, if you look at, these are 50 millimeter. So, yeah. If you can see, that's how short I am that way. And this way, it would be about here. So he definitely doesn't take up as much real estate as he should. And I don't want him to look like weak compared to the other, you know. I want him to look like a tough guy, you know. And I think the reindeer's cool. I don't, no matter what, it's gonna be part, even if it's just, you know, if I use him to make something else, what, you know, we'll see. I mean, I still have to do a couple things, like Santa's sleigh is gonna be like something with a cannon on it, so I could do that. So tell me what you think. Tell me if I should make him a Mournfang calf, make another one, then I could have a couple of guys running on reindeer, which would be cool. And again, him. So this is what he looks like. I did a quick little icicle thing, but they didn't turn out as good as I had hoped. Yeah, let me just bring him up here. Yeah, it doesn't look as good as I wanted it to. So in my head, I had some plans using water effects, but we shall see. Now, if I paint Sully, that'll be a different, I think it's Sully. Is that the name of the guy? So he's a little taller, but that would be it. So anyway, and the cauldron, again, I still have to do the cauldron. Now, here's another problem that I'm running into. Let me bring up my man-eaters. These are the two things that I had, is the idea where man-eaters would be retail workers that have just had it. My problem is they don't really seem to look like ogres, especially her. I changed her up a little bit. I had to give her a chin. She had some work done. She got a little chin implant there this morning. My problem is I don't know that they look like ogres, so I don't know that I want to use them in the army. And the other thing I started working on, which I think is going to be kind of fun, if I made Noblar trappers, which is these little guys that can hide and then just throw garbage at people. So I thought, what if they were hiding in Christmas presents? And then they would jump out and throw snowballs. So this is basically just using a Noblar head, sticking him in a foam cutout box, and just sculpting the hands. And the other thing, I can make them with little legs out there. I can make them with the top still down and like they're still hiding. That way, you know, I could do 10 pretty easily. And I wouldn't have to buy anything. I still have 6 leftover heads from the Noblar box that I got. So I think I'm going to work on them. The problem, again, is it's like if I get all 5, it's still only about 50 points, which is very, very little. So taking these away, here's the army. I am up to 1,418 points. The goal is 2,000. So I'm I'm, you know, almost 3/4 of the way there, and I'm less than half the way done with the year. So I definitely should make it by Christmas, barring something weird happening. So I'm on pace anyway. Let's put it that way. So I should make it by Christmas. Knock on wood. How's that? Where's wood? Where's wood? Yeah, that's my nasty looking foot. You see that? Yeah, it's not winterized. You want to get a look at how gross that is? Ugh. It's ready. It's not ready for summer. Not ready for sandal season. All right. I apologize to anyone who likes good-looking feet, because that is not it. So again, tell me what you think in the comments. If you think I am right about him not being big enough to be a Thunder Tusk or a Stonehorn, in which case, like I said, either way, I'm gonna make it. So I'm gonna make a separate base for Santa, so I can put him just in with the rest of these guys on a 40 by 40 base, sitting on a giant bag, either a bag filled with coal, because, you know, Santa gives coal to bad people. I think that should read all right if he's like on coal. I mean, that makes sense, right? Or I could do it with presents. Yeah, but so that's, or just maybe he's just sitting on a giant bag that he's like hiding keeping all the toys for himself. So either way, here's where I'm at. Tell me what you think. Tell me what you're working on. Don't forget to hate, cancel, and shut up. And is that going to catch on? Should I stop saying that? Please like, comment, and subscribe. How's that? I definitely do want to hear from you about what your thoughts are about the Thunder Tusk, if I'm right with it being too small. Yeah, so anyway, hope y'all are doing well. I'll have more coming up soon. Yeah, the projects I'm working on now, I have 2 Saber Tusks ready to be painted. And then I have to start going with another one of these core units. So, which will probably be, yeah, who knows? Who knows? All right, we'll see you later. Thank you so much for watching. Hope y'all are doing well, and hope to see you this summer. Hopefully I'll get to a tournament somewhere, and we can say hi. Thanks.